Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Today I am going to make a quick, easy, and hopefully tasty meal because I found something new at Publix. If you live in Florida or the southern states, you know Publix is like the #1 grocery store. But I found this. I love chicken thighs. And I found these packs of chicken thighs that are already marinated. They had about 5, maybe 6 different flavors of these chicken thighs. And I chose chimichurri, and pardon my pronunciation, but this is called Korean inspired gochujang, Gochujang, marinated boneless, skinless chicken thighs. They had buffalo flavor, they had Italian flavor, and then they had 2 other flavors, but I wanted to try some flavors that I've never tasted before. I've heard of chimichurri, but I would be hard pressed to try to think of a time where I've ordered chimichurri anything in a restaurant. So here we go. Today I'm gonna do the chimichurri, and I'll save this one gochujang for another day. So you can either put this on the grill pan, oven, or air fryer. I rarely use my air fryer. I've probably used it maybe 4 or 5 times in the past year. I like to cook on the stove or in the oven or whatever. But today I say, Valerie, we're not going to turn on the stove. Let's just try the air fryer. So the instructions say cook in the air fryer for 12 to 15 minutes in a single layer at 400 degrees. So we are going to try this one out, chimichurri. And I have been on a spinach kick. I love spinach. Whenever I am on a spinach kick, I can eat it every day for a week straight. So I'm down to my last little box. These were buy one, get one free at Publix. Attitude. This is my favorite brand, actually, the baby spinach. So I'm just going to cook the chicken, lay it on top of a bed of spinach. And I am going to roast some these are called tomato medleys, the different colored tomatoes. I'm going to roast these tomatoes along with some red onion and top the chicken off with these 2 and have a nice, healthy, light, hopefully tasty meal. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my air fryer here, and I bought these little parchment paper air fryer liners a long time ago from Amazon, and I have a square air fryer, so I'm just going to put this in the bottom here, just so that cleanup is a little bit easier. I've seen other people's air fryers, not judging, but do people not clean their air fryer? Is that something that people just don't do? They just leave the flavoring in the pan? I don't know, but whenever I do use it, I gotta clean mine out. So I have the liner in there. That helps with cleanup. And I'll put my chicken in here. And in the meantime, how are you guys doing today? Got any plans? Right now it's Monday afternoon. I did work last night. I worked a night shift. I'm a night nurse. And last night was pretty good, although it kind of gave me a reality check that I need to start losing weight. I need to get back to my walking. I had dropped some pounds, and then with all the stress of the rental house and everything, I kind of stopped going and got into a little depressive funk, and I stopped. I'm like, girl, you gotta tighten up. And plus, I'm going to Vegas in May, so I can't be the only chunky one on this trip. But anyway, a reality check, because I got an admission last night, and it was a young lady. She was only 42 years old. Her family sent her in. She obviously had some mental health issues going on, unfortunately, and she was not really responsive. And She really couldn't do anything for herself, but she literally was 416 pounds. Oh, wow, that's a huge piece of meat. These are supposed to be thighs. Hold on a second. I'm going to cut these down because this is just one thigh right here. So, hold on. Let me cut this in half. Okay, so I'm back. So, there were a couple of big pieces, so I cut them up. So, I'm going to have to cook them in batches. So, this is 4 pieces right here. So, I put this on 400. Let's see. 4. We'll just start it out at 12 minutes and then go from there. We'll say 12 minutes and go from there. So anyway, so my patient was only 42. What did I say? 42 or 48? She was in her 40s, 416 pounds. And she was not really responsive. It took 4 of us. We had to call for, I hate to say this, a stronger person of the male persuasion. We had to call for a man to come help pull us over. It was 3 men and myself to pull her over into the bed from the stretcher. And when I say she was heavy, she was heavy. And we had to clean her up and everything. And I'm thinking, how in the world did her family take care of her? Because she had recently been admitted to the hospital not even a month ago. No, actually it was just about a week and a half ago. She was admitted to the hospital, and in the notes it said that they suggested that she go to a facility, but the family wanted her home, but then they called the ambulance, said that she was having seizure activity, so here she is. It's kind of sad because, like I said, she was not really responsive, but she did wake up a bit. She opened her eyes, and even though she was NPO, I wanted to wet her mouth, and I had a pill to give her. I don't know why they ordered the pill, but hey, they ordered an antibiotic pill for her, and I believe it was clonidine. So I just gave her a little sip just to see if she would swallow. She did take a few sips of the water. I'm like, okay, she probably can't swallow. But then when I tried to give her the pill, she spit it out, and she managed to mumble, "Give me a soda. Give me a soda." No, you can't have a soda. So that was abandoned there. So I just ended up calling, getting the IV antibiotic for her. And throughout the night, she slept, but her heart rate went up. We had an external female catheter on her. Even though she was incontinent of stool, she had not voided for me by morning. And I figured, well, maybe she's dehydrated. Her heart rate went up. Blood pressure was a little bit low. So we called, got a order for a saline bolus. Oh, and I did a bladder scan. I'm like, I don't know if this scanner, it's like a bladder scanner is like a little ultrasound to scan the bladder. And it gives an estimate of the amount of urine in the bladder. And I did a bladder scan. I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to read through all of this, you know. But it did give me a reading. Her bladder, the reading was really low, like less than 200 cc's. So I called, I got an order for a fluid bolus. And I hate to say this, y'all. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. I was hoping that the doctor would not order for me to straight cath her to get that urine sample, because I don't think we would have been able to do it. But anyway, we gave the fluid bolus, and he says, just give it some time. Maybe she's behind in fluid. So by the time it was done, the next shift was on. So we'll see how she does today. I go back to work tonight. Usually I don't work 2 nights in a row, night shift. Honey, night shift is brutal. If you are a nurse or a night shift worker, you know. Unless you're one of those rare people that can sleep right after they get off from work. Yeah, I got off this morning and showered. I was tired. I slid right into bed. And wouldn't you know, 10:15, my bladder says, oh no, I don't think you need that much sleep. You don't need more than 2 hours of sleep. So I've pretty much been up. I did nap on and off here and there, but it's 2 o'clock now, and I'm like, let me just get up and make myself some lunch / dinner. And speaking of, I think I'm gonna get back to doing what I was doing when I did lose those pounds, is 1 meal a day. During the week, or actually any time of the week, I would wake up, maybe have my coffee, a piece of fruit. I would leave the house and not come back because I would end up sourcing for my eBay business. So I would be gone all day, you know, at the bin stores or the Goodwill or thrift stores or whatever. And I wouldn't come back until like 2 o'clock, and I would actually cook something. I wouldn't get takeout. I would actually cook something. Then by the time the food is ready, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock, I would just eat that, one full meal. And then in the evening time, I would still have my snacks and my chips or cookies or whatever, and I still managed to lose weight. And I was doing my walking also. So I am going to have to get back to doing that consistently, like pretty much on an everyday basis, in order to get back to where I was. I won't give you a number just yet, but like I said, I'm going to Vegas for my friend's 55th birthday, and they in Vegas in May. So we want to tone up and slim down a bit, because once again, I can't be the chubbiest one of the group of us. You ladies know, if you know, you know. So anyway, so this is still going. It just beat this at the halfway mark. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes and then I'll turn it. It didn't say turn, but I'm going to turn them anyway just to see. Actually, let's see what it looks like. It's looking good. It's looking good. So again, I'm going to do that in batches, and so I'll have plenty of leftovers for at least a couple days. I usually don't eat leftovers past 2 days, but I do freeze my leftovers. So if this is tasty and good, I'll just freeze the second batch by itself, not with the spinach and tomato, of course, but I'll just, I have a vacuum sealer. I can just vacuum seal the remainder of the chicken and just use it some other time. So I'll be back in a few and I'll show you the results. Okay, so the chicken is done. I had to cook it in 2 batches. So this is the first batch right here. And then here's the second batch. So actually it's plenty of chicken for me. There we go, nice and brown and hot. I did taste it. It is maybe 1 degree, a bit salty for me. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my onions and tomatoes in here and cook them for just a few minutes. And I was going to put some salt and pepper. Oh, red onion, by the way. I love red onion. How about I had to pay almost $2 for 1 red onion, $1.82. That's ridiculous. But anyway, I cut my tomatoes in half. I got my onion, sliced onion, and it's about maybe 1/3 of the onion. And I'm keeping the seasonings that's down in there. I'm not going to change out the parchment paper. I was going to use this garlic herb all-purpose seasoning here, just a one-stop shop, because it has garlic, onion powder, it has salt in it. It has parsley, dried red bell pepper, basil. This is from Spice Island. I was going to use this, but since the chicken is already a little bit salty, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to add any more salt. I'll just add garlic powder and onion powder. And I will add, I have white pepper, only because I have it. Otherwise I would do black pepper, but white pepper. I am going to add some paprika, just to give it some color. And just a couple sprigs of oregano, and I think that's it. Let me just give that a little stir. And I'm just going to cook this just to break it down a little bit. And then I will assemble my salad, and this will be my meal for the day. So we're going to do, I'll leave it at 375, maybe for 5 minutes. I don't want it overdone. I don't want it overdone. Yeah. Okay, so I'll check that in a few minutes. And the chicken looks good. I'll put it over a bed of spinach. And I think yesterday started my 1 meal a day journey. I went to my brother's house. My sister actually came from Lake Mary and cooked dinner. She had cooked a roast with some rice and broccoli, and it was so good. So when I went to work, all I took was fruit, berries, apple, orange, and I did have a protein bar, and I drank coffee that's probably why I can't sleep at night. But anyway, I needed something to get me through the night. So yeah, that's all I took to work was fruit, and I'll do the same thing tonight. I have apple, orange, I have a peach here, and maybe some strawberries, and I'll find a protein bar. I'm pretty sure I have a protein bar. And that's it. So stay tuned. I'll assemble my salad in just a few minutes. Okay guys, so I am done cooking. Here's the finished results. It's all plated. Just some spinach, baby spinach, the chimichurri chicken, marinated chicken from Publix, some tomatoes, tomato medley, and some red onion, which I cooked them in the air fryer for about 5 minutes. I just wanted them broken down a little bit. And then I used this Bolthouse Farm cilantro avocado dressing. I forgot that this is not the brand that I like, but I'm going to eat it anyway. So this is the finished result. So this is going to be my meal for the day, and then the rest of the day, or when I go to work tonight, just fruit and things to drink and maybe a protein bar. So that's it. And hopefully, well, no, I'm not going to say hopefully, I will continue this journey so that I can drop some of this weight, because honey, you're not going to get me to be 416 pounds where I can't do anything for myself. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I am going to enjoy my salad and relax a bit, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.